Welcome back to ABC English Story. Today, we will take a journey through American war literature. War is one of the hardest experiences a person can face. It changes lives. It breaks families. But it also inspires some of the greatest stories ever written. These stories are not only about battles or soldiers, they are about love, fear, courage, and the search for meaning in dark times. In this episode, I will share with you some of the most powerful American war stories. They come from writers who lived through war, felt its pain, and turned that pain into words. Their books still speak to us today, teaching us about humanity and the cost of conflict. Let's begin with Ernest Hemingway. He was young when he went to Italy during World War I. He was not a soldier, but an ambulance driver. He saw blood, broken bodies, and the silence of death. Out of this, he wrote A Farewell to Arms. The story follows Frederick Henry, an American who falls in love with a British nurse, Catherine. They try to find hope and beauty while the world around them falls apart. The book is simple, but every line carries weight. Hemingway does not decorate his words. He writes directly, like the sound of a gunshot. Love and war, life and death, courage and loss. Everything feels raw and real. The lesson here is that even in war, people look for love, but sometimes love cannot survive the cruelty of history. Many years later, in the 1960s, Joseph Heller gave us another kind of war story. His novel, Catch-22, is about World War II. But instead of sadness, he shows the madness of war with dark humor. The main character, Yossarian, is a pilot who does not want to die. He wants to go home, but the army keeps him flying missions. If he asks to stop, they say he must be crazy. But if he knows he is crazy, then he must be sane, so he cannot stop. This is the Catch-22. The story is funny, but also painful. It shows how war can trap people in rules that make no sense. Soldiers are treated like numbers, not human beings. Readers laugh, but inside, they also feel anger and despair. It is a reminder that war is not only about bullets, it is also about absurd systems that crush the spirit. Then came Tim O'Brien, who fought in Vietnam. His book, The Things They Carried, is not only fiction, it is memory turned into art. He writes about young American soldiers walking through jungles, carrying guns, food, photos, and letters from home. But they also carry fear, guilt, and the weight of death. Each story feels personal, like someone whispering their heart into your ear. O'Brien writes about truth and lies. He says a story can be true even if the facts are not exact, because the feelings are real. For example, he tells about a man who dies stepping on a mine, and how the soldiers stand around him in shock. He asks, "How do you carry that memory for the rest of your life?" This book reminds us that war does not end when the shooting stops. The memories follow you home. And then Kurt Vonnegut gave us Slaughterhouse-Five. Vonnegut was a prisoner of war during World War II. He saw the bombing of Dresden, a city in Germany destroyed in one night. Thousands of people died. He could not forget it, so he wrote about it. But his story is not simple. The main character, Billy Pilgrim, becomes unstuck in time. He moves between past, present, and future. He is captured by aliens, he relives the war, he sees his own death. This strange style is not just science fiction, it is a way to show how trauma works. Memories of war do not stay in one place. They come back again and again without warning. Vonnegut mixes humor, sadness, and surreal images. He tells us that war is so terrible, sometimes only absurd stories can explain it. What do these books have in common? Each of them shows that war is not only about nations fighting, it is about people. Soldiers are young men who want to live, to love, to laugh. Nurses are women who give everything to care for the wounded. Families wait at home, not knowing if they will see their sons again. These writers turn war into something we can feel in our own hearts. They do not glorify it. They show its cost. They show us that war steals time, steals love, and steals peace of mind. The legacy of these works is huge. Hemingway taught writers how to use clear, direct language to express deep pain. Heller gave us a new phrase, catch-22, that we still use today to describe a no-win situation. O'Brien gave voice to Vietnam veterans, letting them know they were not alone with their memories. Vonnegut made us think about how trauma changes the way we experience time and reality. These books are still read in schools, still discussed in book clubs, still loved by readers across the world. But maybe the most important thing is how they connect with us today. Even if you have never been to war, you may have felt trapped in a catch-22 at work or in life. Even if you have not carried a gun, you know what it means to carry heavy emotions like fear, guilt, or regret. Even if you have not lost a city, you may know what it means to lose something you loved. War literature is not only about history, it is about the human condition. So let me ask you, what are the things you carry? Maybe it's a memory from childhood, a responsibility for your family, or a dream you hold close to your heart. These stories remind us that everyone carries something, sometimes heavy, sometimes light, and like the characters in these books, we learn to keep walking, step by step, even when the road is hard. Reading these war stories can also make us more compassionate. They show us that behind every soldier, there is a human being. Behind every battle, there is a story of love, loss, or survival. In our modern world, where conflicts still exist, we need these reminders. They teach us not to see war as only numbers on a screen, but as human lives, just like ours. And maybe as language learners, these stories help us too. They give us simple but strong words. They let us practice listening, understanding, and retelling. When you read or hear the things they carried, you also think about your own English journey. What words do you carry? What stories do you carry? Each word you learn is like a small tool that helps you share your own story with the world. So next time you hear about A Farewell to Arms, Catch-22, The Things They Carried, or Slaughterhouse-Five, remember, these are not just books. They are voices from the past calling out to us. They say, do not forget. Do not forget the pain of war, but also do not forget the strength of the human spirit. If this story inspired you, give us a like, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to ABC English Story for more meaningful content like this.